finally happened. TikTok now has a new owner in the US. I can confirm that earlier today, hundreds and thousands of users got this message to confirm new privacy and data policies. This is a dramatic shift, but I know a lot of people are leaving this app. And to all of them, I want to say just stop for 1 second. A lot of you are leaving this app because of obviously Oracle owning of the Ellison family, despite the fact that Ellison family owns a lot of other data in the United States. But more importantly, your fear that this app will be right-wing, it will be conservative, it will be like the X. But I argue it is the opposite, because we live in a time where it seems more and more that the federal government wants power, the federal government wants control, but more importantly, they want to divide us. They want to increase the partisan hate in partisan times. And so what they're going to do is not necessarily show you right-wing content. Censorship, maybe. But they will show you the content that you want to see that will elicit, to quote Nobel laureate Maria Ressa, fear, anger, and hate. And what will that do? It will prevent you from getting good information. It will prevent you from getting the truth, good journalism, accurate storytelling, and let you fall for all the distractions that the federal government puts out. This is the authoritarian's playbook 101. Even apps like Instagram, for example, an app where Mark Zuckerberg has quote-unquote kissed the ring of President Trump, they're allowing you to create your own algorithm. Why do you think that is? It's because they want you to see the stuff that you want rather than the truth.
I'm sure everyone knows by now that TikTok updated its terms of service and privacy policy, but did you know that this isn't just boring legal language? So the bigger story here is who now owns TikTok in the US and who's actually running it. If you're a US user, your contract is no longer directly with ByteDance. It's now with a company called TikTok USDS Joint Venture LLC, and the most important player in this joint venture is Oracle. Oracle is a US-based tech company, and it's responsible for hosting and securing US TikTok user data now. That's why Oracle is central to the entire deal. Oracle was founded by Larry Ellison, and while Oracle is publicly traded, Ellison remains its largest individual shareholder and a major influence on the company. Larry Ellison is also a very outspoken supporter of Israel. That includes publicly reported donations to organizations like Friends of the IDF. We're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he's friends with one Netanyahu. So that's not speculation, y'all. This is all public record. While ownership doesn't mean someone is sitting there reading your messages or watching your videos, I am very interested to see how the censorship changes moving forward. Now let's talk about who's actually running TikTok in the US. The CEO of TikTok USDS joint venture is Adam Presser. Adam Presser isn't new to TikTok though. Before this role, he ran operations in trust and safety, meaning content moderation, enforcement of platform rules, and internal policy, which kind of makes sense when you learn more about him. Before TikTok, he worked in a senior leadership role at major US media companies like Warner Brothers and Warner Media. So the person running TikTok US operations is not ByteDance leadership anymore. It's now a US-based executive focused on compliance, operations, and platform governance. They say this restructuring was designed to address U.S. national security concerns. We'll see. Oracle hosts the data. A U.S. majority board oversees the company. Adam Presser runs the day-to-day operations. This doesn't make TikTok suddenly perfect or harmless. It simply means the power structure has changed and who's getting paid has changed as well. I'm not telling you guys what to think. I'm just telling you who's involved, because when you tap agree, you should at least know who owns the platform, who runs it, and where your data lives. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and make sure you're following to stay up to date.
Okay, so I'm done with TikTok. You can find me on Substack. I keep refreshing TikTok because I'm not agreeing to anything. I'm about to delete it. So, yeah, I will be on Substack. This is my opportunity to finally get on Substack and do the stuff I wanted to do on there. I have to create an account and stuff first, so I'll be doing that tonight, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna do it tonight. TikTok's getting weird. I don't want to be on there, and I don't have Twitter. I don't want to go back to Twitter. I don't really get on Facebook. I use Facebook for Facebook Market. That's the only reason why I keep a Facebook account just in case I need to go on Facebook Market. I don't really get on my Instagram. Like, you can reach me on Instagram, but I don't be on Instagram. So I'll be on Substack, maybe eventually YouTube, but more so Substack, and then I'll be on Instagram more so here or there. I don't know, it's just weird. TikTok isn't about to be what it once was. It's already been slowly dying out, and them trying to force me to agree to something that I'm like, I don't think I want to agree to. Yeah, this shit's dead. So yeah, I might delete this page. I don't know, I'm really weirded out, but at the very least I'll see if it'll let me update my bio with where you can find me, because this feels like the bad place. This is weird. I think I gotta say fuck TikTok. Damn.
You saw TikTok's new terms of service. Don't panic, calm down. Now, what is most alarming about this is that it infers it is collecting information about whether or not you are transgender, non-binary, if you are an immigrant, if you are a legal migrant. Which, can't think of any reason that anyone would be collecting that kind of data in this political landscape, but, go to the settings in your TikTok app and scroll down to the ads section. Open up that sub-menu. From there, you're going to find a little switch that says targeted data for off-app activity. This is what allows TikTok to collect information about what you do off of their app on your phone. You are going to switch that to off, and that actually does legally prevent them from collecting that data because you have said, no, I do not consent to this data being collected. Therefore, you cannot, because you are giving me the option to opt out of it. Given the data that TikTok says it's collecting on its users now under this new agreement, which include things like immigration status and gender identity, I highly recommend that everyone switch this off. Following that, there is another section which is Clear My TikTok Data Cache. This deletes the information that TikTok holds on you apart from that which you need to access and use the app. This is very similar to clearing your data on Facebook. It's a lot of work to find it, but if you find this button, you can basically force the company to delete any information they have collected on you. Now, they do give you the disclaimer of, oh, well, this could take up to 30 days, but you can refresh it every 24 hours. So every 24 hours, you can be putting in a new order to clear out any data TikTok has collected about you. Now, unfortunately, if you've given this app any camera permissions or any microphone permissions, there's going to be a chance that it's collecting biometric data about your voice and about your face. You can't really stop that without turning off both camera and microphone permissions entirely. However, even with these new terms of service, you can completely revoke the app's access to your location data without impeding any of the functionality of the app whatsoever. Hope this helps, and the real thing is, they were already collecting this data. This is just them telling you.
Is anybody else getting near constant something went wrong pop-ups if you try to do anything on this godforsaken app? With this whole new ownership thing, I might just give up. Like, I might just go to other platforms. This is annoying as shit and unusable.
TikTok, you're making it really hard for me to want to stay on this app and not just delete this entire account, because I have 179,000 followers here, and I don't feel like any of my followers see my stuff. The only way that people see my stuff is because I send it to them. I feel like I keep it's like messing up with like what I post in my niche, because I keep trying to figure out what it is that you want from me here, and none of it is working. So I kind of feel like it's a waste of time for me to be here. And I always see these like people say, just post the content. And you can only do that for so long before it starts to drain your energy. And the discouragement is so loud that it's hard to turn that off and just continue to post for nobody to see it. So I'm having a really hard time staying here. Someone convince me otherwise, because I feel like I'm done.
Hey guys, welcome to the video I never thought I'd be making. I am quitting TikTok. Today on another account of mine, I received a notification of the update of terms and policy agreements since Oracle has bought TikTok. And one of the first things that is listed is that they now have access and permission to geotag you, basically. They have full permission to collect your location data. I personally in this world, I don't think that's okay. I'm not okay with it personally on my phone. I don't even let my own family track me. I don't know if you're going to be able to find me on other platforms. I'm going to look into it. I've seen a few videos on here of people who are making new platforms that will be similar to TikTok without all of the terms and conditions, basically, and censorship and etc. So I'll be looking into those, and I might come back to let you guys know if you can find me on any other platform and where you can find me. But for now, this will be my last video, and I will be deleting TikTok. I just want to give a really big thank you to all 717 of you for supporting me throughout these last couple of months, and especially to the 100 of you who were here before I started trying to boost my account, and the 200 who were here after, the 300 who helped me get to where I am right now. Just a huge thank you to you. I really appreciate everything thus far. It has been an incredible experience on here. And as always, for the last time, I hope this video finds you well, and I love y'all.
So you guys want to be on this platform and quit your jobs and thinking that you can be a content creator, that's going to be your job to make a living. Yes, it's a living, but it's actually a side hustle because things do come to an end. Terms do come to an end. And when terms come to an end, everything on the platform, whoever owns it in the background, all of that comes to an end. Things change. You know what I'm saying? Like you change your draws. So, what I tell everybody, you got to be a content creator of all kinds and use it as a hobby, you know, because once you wake up and that BAG won't be the same anymore. Y'all see those terms? It's crazy. It's crazy. Because I told people, once TikTok goes Americanized, it's over. It's done. Watch. Mark my words. And who's ever in the background of this TikTok, you know what I'm saying, of these terms and conditions and the buyouts, you gonna see. You gonna wake up one day and see all your stuff just dwindling down and gone. And then it's gonna be too late because everybody's gonna be then moved on and gone somewhere else and be, you know, respected and treated better for their contents. Ain't nobody want to keep going on here and y'all keep taking people's contents and thinking you can just run on with it and just do whatever you can. It don't work like that. You can't have your cake, you know what I'm saying, and then run with it, you know. This is what happens when you don't share. You people in the background, whatever you guys are doing, you got to learn to share. Telling you guys, it's over. Enjoy it while it's here. It's over.
What is wrong with the views on TikTok right now? Like my videos, the past like 2 or 3 days, like usually my videos, I can upload it and like within an hour, it'll have maybe 300, 400, 500 views and it'll climb, right? But with it, like this whole week, actually, I think it started like on Tuesday. Like I'll post and like no lie, my videos will have like 16 views in an hour. It's weird. I don't know if it's because of the change or like algorithm reset. Like I've done all the things, you know, that people say, like, you know, like content, make a caption, save something, send it to someone, follow, like engage, and then post. But I'm doing all the things and it's still not, you know, the algorithm ain't algorithming. So if anybody has any suggestions on how I can get my videos to actually go, anything would be helpful because I'm getting kind of frustrated and I just don't want to post like new content until it gets sorted out. This is really, it's honestly a glitch. Like I'm not like, I don't know what happened.
The TikTok terms of service updated because of everything happening with Oracle, and it's kind of obvious. Like once I opened up the app, the terms of service updated to basically collect data on TikTok for TikTok to then share with outside apps and websites. Like, of course, as soon as Oracle fully owns the US portion of TikTok, now there's this update to the terms and service where TikTok wants to collect all of your data and send that to other websites and apps outside of TikTok. And like you have to click a certain thing on that terms of service page in order to opt out of it, which I believe everyone should opt out of that immediately because there's not any way that is simply just a coincidence. Like there is absolutely no way that it's a coincidence that right as soon as Oracle fully owns the US portion of TikTok, they update their terms of service for TikTok to collect your data and then share that with outside apps and websites. That's not a coincidence at all. That's quite literally surveillance. which is what's been going on. But I feel like now that they own the app fully, they have to put that in the terms of service so people are aware. But no, everyone needs to opt out of that feature because that's exactly what they're trying to do, is collect your data and then have surveillance on everyone. And what do you need to collect everyone's data on TikTok for and then send it to outside apps and websites? And what are those apps and websites? And they're not going to disclose that. So it's like, no. All of that shit is weird. It's diabolical. And of course, this happens as soon as the Oracle deal goes through with TikTok. I see you. That's not a coincidence. And that's not happening. No.
Here's why I'm going to be deleting TikTok as somebody who's also in the creator fund. Number one, the new data they will be scrubbing for our videos. They're now saying it out loud, and that makes me extremely uncomfortable. I am aware that they've been collecting this data for years and years and years. Everybody in the comments of my one video who are calling me stupid and stuff like that, saying they're already doing this, no fucking shit, they're doing this. Here's the difference though. They're saying it out loud, and that is extremely concerning. Number two, I'm not going to continue to support billionaires who own Oracle and who are Zionists. I'm not going to continue to feed them money. And like, everybody on the left and right should be in agreement. We should stop feeding the billionaires money. And TikTok is now going to be doing that. Now when we talk about Meta, like, well, Meta does the same fucking thing. You're absolutely fucking right. It does the same fucking thing. However, they also own WhatsApp, which so much of the world uses, so there's no way to completely divest of Meta in the US. But we can't divest of TikTok in the US, especially since TikTok will now be functioning differently than the rest of the world's TikTok. And that should be enough of an alarm to not continue to use this app.
If you're seeing this, then you hit that agree button just like I did. We're doomed.
All right, guys, so the TikTok deal is over and this app is about to die very soon. The Trump administration has completed their, what would this be? I guess you could call it a 9-year plan to basically take over the only form of social media that they don't have full control over and aren't able to manipulate what you're seeing on. Our final form of unfiltered social engagement has just been bought by our wannabe dictator and all his little wannabe dictator friends. The 22nd, which is today, they've officially put pen on paper and marked this deal as all but complete. All that's needed left is the regulators to approve the deal and say, give them the green light, and it's over. Be prepared to stop seeing a lot of your favorite creators if your creators created anything other than mindless entertainment or drama or, rage bait or anything not constructive to society. This is basically going to become a combination between Reels and X, likely. That's the vibe that I'm getting from the people who are owning it.
I knew the American buyout of TikTok was going to cause problems for creators. I didn't expect it to start day one. So this morning I published a video talking about something I made in Canva. I really like Canva. Would I like to be sponsored by them one day? Of course. Am I currently sponsored by them? No. And in my video, I explicitly stated that it was not a sponsored post. I was not sponsored. I did not receive any compensation. It was something I made of my own volition, and I was sharing it of my own volition. In like an hour, it was flagged as an undisclosed sponsorship. I don't know how to be more clear when I explicitly stated was not sponsored.
One of my videos that had 0 views for 9 hours, and I'm looking around like, new management, did you break the app? What is this even? Here's the proof. What in the world? Wild. How could that even be? Did anybody else experience something crazy like this?
TikTok isn't even fun anymore. I thought TikTok was going to be the one app that didn't change, but when I'm scrolling, doom scrolling, most of the videos aren't even that funny or informative anymore like it used to be a couple of years ago. Now it's just people either recreating or repurposing the same freaking audio, the same freaking videos, which is fine and dandy, but that's all that it is. Or it's of the war or the economy or people selling things on TikTok, which I get. I get people trying to be entrepreneurs on here, but now too many people are doing it. The videos aren't even creative. I get annoyed immediately, and I'm just bro, I'm skipping past every single video. I am doom scrolling, but I need the next app where I feel safe to come out, because TikTok's not fun anymore. It's just not.